Floyd Mayweather pushes himself through a demanding 6-round sparring battle against a heavyweight opponent, fine-tuning his technique and timing as he prepares for an upcoming showdown with Mike Tyson.
Jesus. That's funny.
If he wanted to take you down with that liver shot, he would have taken you down.
Yeah, easily. He's just tapping him up. But it's that guy's got a great sense of humor about it. It's very funny how he's laughing about it.
During training, Floyd Mayweather operates with calculated accuracy and unwavering concentration. He strings together seamless punch sequences, reacts in an instant, and delivers measured force, keeping everyone in the ring alert throughout the session.
But, you know, I mean, you got to think this guy is 50 years old. I mean, how old is Floyd now? He's got to be close to 50.
Got to be late 40s, 48.
Yeah, late 40s. But, I mean, past his prime and still just making millions of dollars fighting people that have no business. He's really brilliant. What he's doing is brilliant because he gets these guys to fight him. They have no business fighting him. He's making millions of dollars. Yeah. He puts on a show. Do you see the one he did? I guess it was in... Was it in Dubai where he took the ring card and he was walking around in between rounds holding the ring card?
Oh, my God.
I took it from the ring card girl. He was just having blast.
Once that round of training wrapped up, Floyd stepped back into the ring and worked with a different opponent as well. At 49 years old, Floyd continues to display remarkable quickness, precise timing, and a deep understanding of the ring. His current form sends a clear message to Tyson that he is still operating at an elite level.
Yeah, come on.
Throughout training camp, Floyd maintains nonstop momentum. He drives each punch into the pads with pinpoint placement, allowing no room for mistakes. Every movement reflects strict focus, refined fundamentals, and high energy as he sharpens every element of his craft.
Perfect. Off the roll.
Right hand hook. Again. Hook right hand. Good girl. You slide in front. Punch it, wait till help you go. Drop. Walking. Hit it. Hit it. Six. Touch it. Hit it.
Don't look at it. It's about to be.
Watch it. I said that like I had my dick.
Joe Rogan points out the noticeable size difference between Floyd and Mike. However, Trent counters by referencing Mike's previous outing against Jake Paul, saying that performance showed he would struggle to connect with any significant punches on Floyd.
The last one, it looked a little bit like sparring.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was scripted.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen Tyson biting his gloves, and like you could just, it was taking all that he could not to like hit him. It was just like, it's heartbreaking to see a icon go out like that.
Yeah.
You know, and
but it's crazy also to see him fight at 57 years old. Like, that's nuts.
But still, like, he shouldn't have been in there at all. You know, I think it's other ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's other ways for.
But what did he get?
People.
He got at least 20, right?
Yeah, but still, I think.
I think he needed that money.
Yeah, but with all his connections and things like that, I think people could have put him in the right position to make some money.
If he's got people with him that are looking out for his best interest. But you know how it is. When there's a guy like that that's a big name, usually everybody around him pretends they're looking out for their best interest, but there's always lawsuits later on. You find out someone was stealing money or not paying him what he deserved. There's always a bunch of bullshit involved.
Yeah.
Wade Plemons breaks down the matchup between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, explaining why that contest revealed so much about Mike's present shape and preparation. He notes that even though Jake entered the ring with a measured approach and didn't fully press the action, Mike was unable to assert control the way he once did. Throughout the fight, there were visible moments of exhaustion, reduced reaction speed, and a noticeable drop in the force behind his shots.
Strong as an ox, but how much can you really expect him to do anything versus Floyd? Couldn't really land on, he landed like 1 or 2 punches on Jake, but couldn't really do much with him. What's he going to try to do with Floyd Mayweather? Floyd's going to make him look silly in this exhibition, and it's going to look worse than what we saw with Jake because of, how small Floyd is. But Terrence Crawford said something interesting there as well. He said, I've never seen Mike Tyson bite his gloves like that. And I think Terrence Crawford is a pretty big historian of the sport. And I'm not saying he should know everything about it. I certainly don't. But Mike Tyson has indeed bit his gloves. And this is what Terrence is talking about. This was the narrative around the fight was that Mike Tyson was biting his gloves so that he wouldn't punch Jake in the face because that.
Plemons explains that those visible shortcomings should raise concerns for anyone thinking about facing Mike at this point in his journey. Turning to the proposed clash with Floyd Mayweather, he stresses that this would represent a much tougher test. In contrast to Jake's style, Floyd doesn't depend on raw force. His game is built around accuracy, quick execution, sharp timing, and refined technique. Every combination is carefully constructed. His shots consistently find their mark, and he capitalizes on even the smallest mistakes, qualities that create serious problems for any opponent, including someone with Tyson's legacy. In Plemons' view, the matchup presents considerable danger and may not be necessary, as it exposes Mike's current limitations while offering Floyd a strategic advantage. He ultimately suggests that the bout wouldn't just be demanding. It's likely a pairing that shouldn't move forward, given the clear difference in preparation and stylistic approach between the two fighters.
Even the great Teddy Atlas has spoken about this with Tyson and his career.
Questions out there, my son told me, about the thumb biting, okay? Thumb biting, right? And we're not talking about the thumb biting with your nephews or with your children or, with that stuff. We're talking about Mike Tyson biting his thumb during the car. First of all, that's something that he did in his amateur day, he did in his pro days, and now, of course, he did it again. That's something that he has done, and he's, for people that follow Mike Tyson, his career, they've seen it before. People are saying, oh, and Tyson's smart, he's witty, he knows what to say, he knows the image, he knows the importance of having that image, how important. That's why he got all the money. It wasn't about what he had left at 58, it was what maybe he might have, and the image, the scary guy.
Jeff Mayweather explains why Floyd Mayweather's bouts still draw massive interest and why specific matchups spark intense debate. In his view, a key factor behind Floyd's lasting popularity is the image he carried throughout his career. Many observers saw him as boxing's antagonist, and some of his wins, especially against major names, left portions of the audience feeling unsettled, as if the outcome didn't fully settle the argument. Jeff notes that Floyd's character outside the ring played a major role in shaping that perception. He regularly embraced controversy, made bold remarks, and leaned into reactions from the crowd rather than avoiding them. That dynamic kept emotions running high and sustained public engagement over the years. According to Jeff, this ongoing tension encouraged fans to buy tickets and tune in, wanting to see how each chapter would unfold. He points to the showdown with Manny Pacquiao as a clear illustration of how that storyline captured worldwide attention.
Do you like the fight as a matchup? I mean, it's not like Floyd's jumping in with someone who's been necessarily so active. I know Manny had a fight last year, but other than that, he was off for a while. So yeah, what do you think of the matchup itself?
I don't think that the matchup is really off, because I mean, he fought Barrios, and I don't know if he had any more fights in between that or whatever, but the thing is that you got two guys that are, old for boxing, but it's good for them to be fighting one another. So, and I mean, and plus they are two of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So, that part is easy to sell. That part is easy to sell, but the one thing is that it took a long time for that fight to happen.
A large segment of fans felt the result didn't fully deliver the showdown they had hoped for, which is why talk of a rematch or exhibition continues to surface. Jeff explains that this ongoing narrative, Floyd cast as the antagonist who keeps overcoming every challenger, has consistently fueled interest and generated significant financial success. Outside of analyzing the sport, Jeff is dedicating time to his own pursuits. He is building his presence through his YouTube platform, Jeff Mayweather Official, and expanding his apparel brand, Playhouse Athletic, which he views as an extension of his family's heritage in boxing. Through these efforts, he stays connected with supporters while promoting the larger Mayweather name.
I think boxing think that the wrong guy won. So that's why it's easy, because Floyd always was the bad guy. Once again, he's gonna be the bad guy. And I think that if there's any way to try to remove his O, it may happen.
Do you believe this is a comeback for more than one fight? Do you believe we'll see him for 3, 4, however many fights?
I don't know. I just think that the fight with him and Pacquiao is one of those fights, like I said, that the wrong guy won. And I think that's why this fight is still happening.
Ariel Helwani recently shared an in-depth view of today's professional boxing scene, emphasizing just how unpredictable the sport has become, especially regarding marquee matchups. He pointed out that fans and even some analysts, like Carl Frock, tend to take statements about possible fights as concrete confirmations or approvals. In reality, Helwani clarified, arranging major bouts is far more intricate, involving detailed negotiations, careful planning, and precise timing, much of which remains behind the scenes and unseen by the public.
Like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached?
Helwani explained that numerous elements, from contract terms and promotional deals to fighter schedules and logistical hurdles, can delay or even derail a potential fight. He stressed that his responsibility is not to speculate irresponsibly, but to provide careful analysis and professional reporting, giving fans a clear understanding of the sport's developments. According to him, the hype around big names and flashy announcements can be deceptive. Just because a matchup is teased or discussed does not mean it will actually happen. Until agreements are officially signed and every detail is settled, even the most eagerly awaited bouts remain uncertain, and fans should adjust their expectations accordingly.
Trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You know, you lob it out there as a way to pull the public, and then make an adjustment.
So you don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again. I think if this match was made on the heels of Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr., I think this would be blockbuster. I think people would be falling over themselves to consume this. After the Jake Paul version of Mike Tyson, I don't think anybody's going to be interested.
Simon Jordan weighs in on the latest news involving Floyd Mayweather, voicing doubts about how compelling his upcoming matches really are. He observes that while Mayweather's undefeated record and professional reputation might seem impressive on paper, they don't necessarily hold much weight for dedicated boxing fans. Jordan points out that even Manny Pacquiao's recent return against Mario Barrios exposed the limits of aging fighters, revealing what remains of their speed, stamina, and overall skill. He questions the purpose of Mayweather stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson, suggesting that such showdowns are more focused on entertainment than competitive sport. Jordan also underscores the impact of platforms like Netflix in turning boxing into a wider entertainment spectacle, backing high-profile events like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson or Anthony Joshua. For these platforms, success is measured by subscriber growth and audience engagement rather than purely athletic achievement. Jordan highlights the financial motivations behind these decisions, noting how such fights draw huge attention and generate substantial revenue.
Any intrigue to this at all?
No. Not really. I don't think so. I mean, Manny Pacquiao's had a fight recently, hasn't he, against Mario Barrios, who's just lost his title to Ryan Garcia, deservedly so. And that was a draw in which most people saw Pacquiao at the end of his career, saw what was left of him, and were not too happy that he came back again. Floyd Mayweather has had a variety of different bouts. I mean, I hear that he's going to fight Mike Tyson. I don't understand what that thinking is. Or an exhibition. We've seen him fight and hold up Conor McGregor in an exhibition fight. It's Netflix building entertainment models around sport. Sport is entertainment. It crosses over. Netflix have got a proven model of success that ultimately they invest some money into these sort of things, whether it's Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson or Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. They look at their lifetime value of their average subscriber, not every subscriber, but their average subscriber.
Jordan explains that modern boxing spans a wide range, from top-level competitive bouts to media-driven spectacles where star power, promotion, and audience interaction often take precedence over pure athletic performance. He highlights platforms like Netflix as catalysts in this shift, opening new avenues for both fighters and content creators while reaching viewers around the world. Even if traditionalists see certain matchups as ill-timed or unnecessary for aging fighters, Jordan acknowledges that this approach is effective, broadening boxing's audience and generating significant revenue within the sport's growing business framework.
And then they multiply it by the amount of subscribers they think they're going to get as new ones, and they make a commercial decision.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because everything that they've done so far is massive, and this obviously will be a talking point. I mean, Anthony Joshua's knockout victory over Jake Paul in December wasn't something that the boxing fraternity wanted, but it appears to be that they understand what people want, what the rest of the community wants, and actually, I don't know if that's the algorithm or just good research or just good instincts, well, they do great numbers.
They have a 300 million subscriber base around the world, bigger than that now. I think the growth on the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fights, I think they got 2 million subscribers out of it, new subscribers. Now, irrespective of whether some of those subscribers churn or don't stay for a long period of time, the average Netflix subscriber is worth $900. Some will be worth $1,500, some will be worth $29.99. So the average Netflix subscriber is worth $900.
Max Kellerman looks back on Floyd Mayweather's career, highlighting his dominance and tactical brilliance both inside the ring and in his career decisions. He notes that Floyd perfected the timing of his fights, carefully selecting not only when to step into the ring, but also when to avoid certain opponents. Rather than consistently facing fighters at their peak, Floyd strategically pursued opportunities that maximized his advantage, securing major matchups and generating significant financial success. Kellerman points out that while Floyd's approach reshaped boxing to favor the sport's top tier, it also left some fans frustrated, eager for the most competitive battles that didn't always materialize.
He did beat Pacquiao, and nobody has changed the game like Floyd Mayweather. Yeah,
in a bad way.
In a bad way.
In a bad way. Yeah, you got it. In a bad way.
He was so great and so dominant. I can't do that. But that's,
he mastered the art of knowing when to fight somebody and when not to fight somebody. I mean, that he's the best in that game. He's the best in, making money and making all the, the huge fights happen. But why? Because he was timing every single one of them. He never fought nobody really in their prime. He always
after junior lightweight. Junior lightweight, he did.
100%.
He didn't fight Paul Williams, so we all wanted to
So he changed the game in the worst way possible. You're right. Everybody's trying to protect their own. I had to break that, right, with Tank. I made sure we made
you
that
broke
fight.
that was real.
We did.
Kellerman emphasizes that Floyd's approach was groundbreaking. Rather than being shaped by fan expectations or network pressures, he turned the tables, using those very expectations to his advantage. While this tactic proved highly effective for Floyd, it sometimes left fans feeling underwhelmed, as the contests weren't always as closely contested as they had hoped. Kellerman underscores that Floyd's mastery of both the business and athletic aspects of boxing is unparalleled, strengthening his case as one of the sport's all-time greats. He also points out that Floyd's supremacy was driven not only by his in-ring ability, but equally by his strategic timing and careful management of opportunities.
Thank you very much.
You got a bag for that.
I had a little, incentive.
But I mean, Floyd has even told me before the Pacquiao fight, he said, look, TBE, the best ever. You want to talk about inside the ring? Someone else could have that. Now, Floyd, I'm sure, thinks it's him, and he has a hell of a case. Floyd is he has an argument for best fighter ever. Right. I just don't have him number one. But what he said was, I'm talking about the whole game. He's right. Floyd played the boxing game better than anyone ever played the boxing.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one.